lot of people in here. Harry, what ball are you playing now after the big reveal you all did?
That's a very good question. I mean, the tournament after we did the ball test, I was apprehensive to pick a ball, so I went with the one of the most consistent brands out there, and I'm playing the Titleist Pro V. Was playing the Strixon.
That's basic AF, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what the young bucks got.
It is, apparently. I don't know, I'm not that young anymore.
Whatever gets the job done.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. How do you get into the testing pool? Good question. So there's two ways to become a tester for MyGawsh. One, you have to, if you want to become an official tester in the facility, you obviously have to live nearby, or it would be advantageous for you, because for a driver test, each person has to come in 6-7 times.
Yeah, we need to see you twice a week.
Yep, and that's an hour each time. The other way you can become a tester for MyGawsh is through member testing on the forum. So almost every Friday during the season, we have opportunities for you guys and girls to test new product. So it might be a Callaway Epic Flash Sub-Zero driver, or a Ping putter, Rangefinder. Pretty much every week we offer up 6 to 12 different opportunities for our readers every week.
That's great.
You go out there, you get to test, you get to keep it. All you have to do is review it in the forum, become a member of the forum. So those are the two main ways to become a tester for MyGawsh. What is your definition of an empowered consumer?
You'll like this one.
What's that? What you got?
No, I'm saying that you like this one.
Oh, yeah. An empowered consumer is just one that's not brand washed, right? Which is really difficult to do, because brand wash means brainwashed by marketing, and to take the names out of everything and make it purely about performance is really tough for people to do. I mean, take even Tony Covey, the guy that works for MyGawsh. Probably even he doesn't listen to some of the own advice that he would give golfers, right?
Right.
So it's a tough thing to strip away from people, and we get it. People want to collect cool putters and cool things, and be a part of a cool looking brand. And a lot of people don't want to have their buddy or somebody they're playing with look in their bag and go, "What the hell are you doing playing Zelda Wilsons?" Oh,
Yeah.
well, those Wilsons did really good in MyGawsh. Who really gives a shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
play what's going to make your score the lowest, and that's really all that you should be caring about, right? So find your most wanted gear and play that.
All right, let's give away.
What we got next?
We've got Ping LST G400 3-wood.
All right, you want me to pick a number?
Yes, please. So this is the club
Oh, lucky.
that you'll be seeing.
No, it wasn't. All right, so number 35.
That's on your list over there.
So hold on a sec.
Number 35.
35 is
I'm not gonna miss one.
George Johnson.
That's a great name. George Johnson? How good is that name?
Johnson.
How good is that name?
Congrats, George.
Is this the?
All right, let's go over a couple more things too that happened this year. So we launched True Golf Fit this year,
Yep.
which we've been working on for 3 years, I think. I don't know, behind the scenes. So that was a massive undertaking. Tony and I kind of banged our head together on that for a very, very long time, and then building the site to be something that golfers could understand the information, and also making it simple to where, if you haven't been fit for a club, the role of True Golf Fit was really this: 5% of people are going to go in and get fit for clubs. Let's say all their clubs in their bag.
And it's expensive.
Yes, physically walk into a store. That means there's 95% of people that are underserved out there, right? That are buying what we call lottery tickets. You're buying clubs off the internet, eBay, off the rack, taking them home, scratching them off and seeing if you have a winner. But what we found was some interesting things, like the chances of you finding the one club that maximized your potential, as you would know, is over 1 in a million when you take all the shafts, all the different weights, all the flexes, all the links, all the grips.
So many variables to even comprehend.
Correct. So what True Golf Fit, the light bulb went off when we said, look, the number one driver, even in most wanted testing, might not be your most wanted driver. And while most wanted is the most thorough, comprehensive testing in the industry, it also identifies this huge set of data, right? So then when you drill down in that data, Harry's #1 driver might be my 14th ranked driver. And once you start to realize that, then we went, man, we've got to build something that drills down to the one, to the individual, to every golfer in the world, and not only finds the best driver for them, it identifies exactly how much longer and how much more accurate it is, because in our database of swings, we have swings that match pretty much every swing that's ever been swung.
Pretty much, yeah, to the T.
So we can find a subset of swings that match just like yours, and then we've already tested those swings with all the different drivers in the industry, so we know exactly how those drivers are going to perform with your swing. So basically, we've created your human clone in here, and True Golf Fit was the result of that. So we're proud of having True Golf Fit. You know, it's something interesting because online fitting tools aren't that trusted generally. And
correct, yeah.
Rightfully so,
yeah.
Right? But True Golf Fit is something much different than anything that's ever been built.
And proven too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. So we're proud of that. So True Golf Fit got launched in 2019. Next up, what do we got?
Let's give a Mizuno T20 wedge.
All right.
And now this wedge did pretty good in our, that was Mizuno. Miura, sorry.
Which one is it?
Mizuno.
Oh, the Mizuno T20.
So the T20 Mizuno wedge did pretty good when it came to the whole test. I mean, the wet wedge test that we did and we introduced this year was a big part of the test now, because the drop off in spin and launch angle was really eye opening when you put them all together.
Well, why we love that so much is, at the end of the day, golfers play in all kinds of different conditions,
Yep.
right? And with wedges, more than some other clubs, those conditions impact the performance, right?
Without you knowing it too.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of this. I'll go and play, I'll hit a couple of swings, practice swings, water gets on the club face, then the ball's wet, then the green's wet, everything is wet. So every variable adds up to kind of a scary number of how much it
One of
differs.
the reasons I love my Gawsh by testing. So a couple years ago, the Mizuno wedge won most wanted testing. And people go, oh, there's no way that wedge can win. And what you find is there's a reason why these clubs that win my Gawsh by most wanted testing win. What you find is, guess what? Mizuno is not only a great wedge, they make an incredible iron too. But when you start testing more rigorous testing, like wet wedge testing and things like that, guess who rises to the top again? Now you start to figure out why these clubs that are winning are winning, because those little things separate #1 from #5, right, and number 20. So anyway, we've got the T20 wedge and blue finish that we're going to give away.
Which ball did you pick out?
I picked out number 165. So 165 Mizuno T20 Cody Edding. Cody Edding, E-D-I-N-G.
Cody Edding.
Congratulations, Cody.
Yeah. Do you want to do that Miura one?
The Miura wedge?
Yeah, let's do it.
Clean this thing up a little bit. All right. So up next is a Miura Tour wedge. And look, people love Miura. They're made with magic fairy dust, from what I heard. But at the end of the day, some people really, really love them.
Yeah. Depends on the person.
Depends on the person. In our testing, wet wedge testing, not too good.
Not too good, but
overall,
if you're a diehard fan of them, you don't care about that. You're just going to collect it and put it on the wall kind of thing.
Could be a wall hanger for somebody.
So we got all the twos, 222.
222. 222 is Stephen Kwan. Stephen Kwan, Q-U-A-N. Congratulations, Stephen.
Cool.
So for anybody that's just coming to the live feed that hasn't been here, once again, we just wanted to thank everybody that supported my Gawsh by and unbiased testing. And what we're really doing here is giving back. So at the beginning of the year, when we do start our testing, some of the manufacturers who don't participate, we have to go out and buy that equipment. Ranges between $50,000 and $100,000 that we've got to go out there and spend to go get it. And for that, we ask for people to help donate to help support that cause. And then what we do is we give that equipment back once we're testing to those that donated. So take all the names that donated and put them in a raffle, and that's what we're doing here today, is giving out some $15,000 worth of equipment back to you guys and girls. So I appreciate it. So up next, what do we got?
Shall we mix it up?
What you want?
Should we do a live YouTube one?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, which one should we go for?
And I got a
I'm
list
just gonna stop.
here.
I'm gonna start.
You want to randomly close your eyes and select one?
Ready? Are we there? Nope.
Rob Slade.
Rob Slade.
How do you spell
Rob.
that?
ROBSLADE.
Rob Slade.
Rob. So what Harry just did is you can actually donate inside of the YouTube chat,
Got that pen, please.
and Rob Slade was one of those. So during the live presentation that donated. So Rob, thank you so much. We appreciate it. As we say,
You're a winner
what we got?
of the not Slade, the mallet.
Ooh.
MLA.
So Rob Slade is the winner of a MLA mallet putter, and you know, for those that have not heard of MLA mallets, this particular mallet has done well. I think 3 years. In 3 years of mallet testing, the MLA did well because it's got an optical piece of technology. When you look down, it's really cool that it just kind of focuses your eye on a tighter set,
Yep.
rather than, you know, when you stand over a putt, sometimes it looks like your putt's going to go everywhere. It kind of makes you feel like you're focused in.
Yeah, he's the scientist behind all these putters, designed that and found out that that was the thing that your eyes look to.
Yeah, we never even, you know, we'd never heard of them the first year they did the test.
Yeah.
And it worked, and then it worked again, which is, you know, a sign that the testing is
It's consistent.
doing its job.
So Rob, if you're out there and I've just seen you pop up on the feed again, so congratulations. If you can, email me at harry.nodwell@mygolfspy.com so I can get all your info, and that club's coming straight to you.
A couple new things that are happening in 2020 for My Golf Spy. This year, we've got some, you know, exciting things happening this year. We're going to expand True Golf Fit in a little bit of a different way. It might not be True Golf Fit-esque, but we're going to do something with another category that I think is going to really be good for people and be impactful, maybe even more impactful than True Golf Fit Driver. So we have that coming out. We've got a new website we will be launching this year. Can't say a whole lot about it now, but it's definitively going to take part of what we do and make that even better. And then also, Most Wanted testing. We're actually flying out next week, Tony and I, to work with a company that I have always loved since I got into this industry, and really excited about. One of the things I've never been too happy with is the presentation of Most Wanted testing.
Mm-hmm.
We have tons of data. Now, how do you make that meaningful to people?
And understandable for the consumer.
Yeah, and Tony and I bat that back and forth and have
Yeah.
for 10 years now. And I think we've gotten too close to the source a little bit.
Yep.
We don't really know, so we're going to go to some people that are experts in the industry and see if they can help us solve the problem to make the data more meaningful for all of you out there.
Yep.
So those are a few different things that are happening at My Golf Spy in the first half of 2020 that we are excited about. So, all right, what do we got up next, Harold?
It's going to be the Bettinardi wedge.
That's over here. All right, so that is this one here.
And for those putter lovers out there, this is another one to add to collection.
Yes, so Bettinardi, obviously anybody, actually one of the guys in our testing facility, which I thought was hilarious, like, he goes, doing our putter testing, he was like, Bertinelli.
Oh, yeah. It was Bertinelli.
Bertinelli.
I can't even say it that way.
I thought everybody had heard of Bettinardi, but
I never heard of Bettinardi back in
Really?
England.
interesting.
I didn't know that much of them. But then when I came over here, everyone was all about them.
Yeah. So
Everyone.
what other than Scotty Cameron over there, what is everybody playing? What name?
Odyssey. Odyssey's a big one. Scotty Cameron. They're pretty much the leaders in there.
Yeah.
There's not really too many you don't see.
Okay.
I'm 6 years removed from there, so I
That's
can't remember
true.
that
That's
far.
true.
All right, so number 144.
All right, 144 for the Bettinardi.
For the Bettinardi
wedge is John Leone. Leone. John Leone, you just won a Bettinardi wedge. Congratulations, and thank you for supporting My Golf Spy testing.
Yeah.
All right, you want to answer a question here?
Let's do it. What have we got?
The school is.
YouTube donors on the list. Nope, it's random.
Why you didn't choose the same testers for? Well, I can answer a few different of those. So like, why we don't use the same testers for different categories is a multitude of reasons, right? So you need a certain handicap range to some degree, striking ability. At a certain point, you need some repeatability aspect to a swing. So let's say you compare that to like a 30 handicap. Not the best tester, unfortunately, just because of the amount of shots that they have to hit to get a good set of data. But also, we want to be testing for particular categories for particular types of golfers as well.
Correct, yeah.
So the post moves a little bit based on what the testing is. Also, you have to consider the fact that this is the largest player testing in golf that we know of that publishes, and scheduling testers is a major undertaking in itself.
Yeah. I mean, we have, for the driver test, for example, we have 35 testers.
Well, you have 50 basically of testers, 35 that come in here, but you have to have backups because people get sick.
Well, we have a pool of 75 testers that we can 75 testers that we can call on at any time, and with all different swing speeds, all different characteristics, all different handicaps. So then we can get a wide range of swings that will benefit everyone else out there, because everyone doesn't swing it the same way.
Yeah. So different strokes for different tests.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So these clubs come from companies that refuse to give you demos. Some yes and no. Some companies are just new to the industry, and we reach out to our readers and say, what would you like to see tested? If it's a brand that's sometimes brand new, they might be a little scared to participate in most wanted testing sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we have a bit of push when it comes to power in a way, because we can move the needle, and some companies are a little bit scared because they might not know that their product is going to be.
You got to bring your A game.
Yeah, you have to, and that's the scary part. They don't know if they're going to live up to the task.
And the flip side of that coin is, take a Scotty Cameron. You know, I'm going to make an assumption here. I haven't heard him voice this, but probably his logic. If he's number one, right, in the putter game, where can he go by participating in our testing other than down, right? By participating. Right. Now, the flip side of that is, you're going to be in our test anyway, right? So we're going to have to go out there and then buy a Scotty Cameron to be in our test, because it's a leader in the putter industry. So, you know, at the end of the day, people have their reasons. Some of them are personal, some of them are business. At the end of the day, we can't worry about those. We, like we say, consumer first here. So we go out and get it anyway.
Yeah. All right. We got another wedge. Bridgestone wedge right here.
Right. You want to pick a number.
Yep.
Bridgestone wedge, what we got here?
Wow, this is a low one. Number 4.
Number 4? Like, that was quick.
Wow.
Eric Dyer, I can find him quick. Eric Dyer, D-Y-E-R, you are the winner of the Bettinardi wedge. Thank you for supporting my golf spy. I appreciate it. All right, let's see if we can take some more questions here. I just not scrolling up online. Are you guys going to test training aids? That's a great question, and one we probably should cover. Training aids are really, really difficult when you think about it. The purpose of a driver is pretty much the same for every person that's going to pick it up, right?
Yep.
Long and straight. And for the most part, it's built for all the same type of golfers. So you can build a protocol around that. Training aids are so different in how they're made and their objective and purpose of what they were made for, that it makes it really difficult. Also, there aren't launch monitors for these training aid devices. So
a lot of them are on a myth, if you think about it.
Most are on a myth.
Yeah, so it's tough to do it, but there will be potentially a test out there.
We're going to start testing more and more of them, but it is, just so everybody knows, great question. Really, it's way more difficult to test training aids for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, thank you, Edward. That's an English name. Edward.
Edward.
It's a very English name. What else we got?
What's the donation amount to get on the list? A penny.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no minimum, no maximum. We appreciate all the support.
I have the list of just the donations here as well, if you want to
Okay,
scroll
cool.
through just that. So.
Matt, can you get me another water, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. So what do we got up next, Harry?
Ooh. People are gonna love this. PXG driver
Woo!
head, brand new.
All right. PXG
Pretty brand new.
0811 XF 9 degree.
Most forgiving driver this year's test.
Best sounding driver
Oh my god.
I've ever hit. Best feeling driver.
Personally, best feeling and best sounding. Just it makes when you go to a tour, you go. I went to the Wells Fargo and you hear the pros hit, and it's just a different sound.
Sounds like you when I play with you.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but that sound makes everyone feel like a pro because of the sound and the feel that comes off of it. It's so good.
They got it right this year.
So good.
All right, so you want me to pick a
Yeah,
number?
you can pick one. Oh, people are going nuts on the live stream for this.
What do we got?
I need that big.
You want to hold off and you want to do a question first before we reveal the winner? Maybe tease this
We
one
might
a little bit.
cause a riot. We might cause a riot.
Well, let's see what we got. What else can we talk about? Oh, the flag stick test.
Oh,
We're still waiting for Golf Digest to come down here. I mean,
oh dear. I don't know where to start with that. I putt with it in.
here's the thing. I love how people go, you got to take it out, this, that, and the other, and this company said this, and this tester said that. We ran this test 6 different ways.
Yep.
6 different times. Same results. I mean, they gravitated up and down slightly, but look, pretty much at every way we tested it, it's an advantage to leave the pin in. There might be like a couple scenarios that it might not be that we haven't found yet, but those things wouldn't be things that you were standing over a putt for and going, I'm going to try to go high and on the side and come in high off the right. You don't do that on a pin.
Yeah, I mean, well,
You're trying to go in the cup.
there's the pins. The pin plays a big difference in it too. The COR
Correct.
makes it.
All right, so there's 2 different types of
let's just
flags that we
explain that
tested
for
on
them.
that. For those that don't know or didn't see the test, we did a flag stick in, flag stick out test. Definitively an advantage to leave the flag stick in on just about everything that we found. Everything that we found, actually. That being said, there are 2 main different types of flags. When you contact the company that sells the flags, about 90+% of all the flags out there are made of 2 different type materials. They're the ones that are super wobbly, super thin diameter, and there's one that has kind of a taper to it that's a lot more rigid. The more flexible one was definitely the biggest advantage.
Yeah.
The more rigid one was still an advantage, but less of an advantage.
Yeah.
And you can say hate flag in. I think they should put concrete at the damn bottom of the cups, and just that's the way they
Sorry,
go.
I'm just seeing Randy from Fried Eggs Golf. Can you squeeze me in for an oil change?
Oh, God.
He needs to come back down here.
He
We
does.
need to do another video. That was funny.
I love it.
All right, let's get to what number do we have?
390.
Oh,
It's 420 for Randy.
420 for Randy. 390. Who do we got?
390. Hold on. We're way down this list. Where is the? All right. David Marks. DAVID MARKS. You are the winner
Congrats. That's
of the PXG driver.
a great one to win.
All right. We're about what?
I think we're about halfway through now.
All right. Well, let's get a couple. Let's go through.
Got a couple more.
Yeah.
All right.
What we got next? The Bettinardi Queen Bee.
Yes, sir.
Bertinelli.
Bertinelli.
The Bertinelli.
Now, people think that this is predominantly for ladies because of the color.
Yeah, so the grip, when we first started testing this, everyone was asking if it was a women's putter, but
I love that putter. That's a good putter.
there is no women's putter. The putter doesn't know whether you have
Exactly. It
male
doesn't- it
parts
doesn't
or
matter.
female parts, right?
It does not matter. All right, let's do a draw here.
All right, what we got? What number?
115.
What'd you say?
115.
Colin McAdam.
That's a good name too.
Adam?
Adam.
Just kidding. All right.
You want to do a live one in a minute?
Sure. Feed the YouTubers. We gonna feed you. Jeremy.
Hey, you can come on over here and just tell me when to stop. And we'll land on me.
Alright, I'm going to come behind so we can go.
You're gonna pick a
We're
live
going
winner?
to pick a live winner.
All right, Harry's gonna pick a live donation right
Stop.
now.
Okay.
Keith Ingle.
Keith Ingle.
Keith Ingle.
What are you winning?
He is winning.
This? Is that what the?
Yep.
Does it matter which one?
We have MGS marker for you and
So-
a bag tag.
Do you remember which ones these are?
I do not.
Okay.
There's a Jack 7.9, 1.9 in there, and then the MGS
So
Incognito.
99 made is something we did this year just because I enjoy designing some things. I used to design putters and some other things and really enjoy the design side of things. So doing 99 made, we started off with ball markers, all 100% milled, all 100% made in the US. Really try to do some cool stuff this year. So we've got one that's a replica of the Jack 1 iron. We've got one that's in here of what?
The Incognito one.
Oh,
so-
the Incognito one.
And
That
then
one's
we
my
have
favorite.
the open one where it's the
All the major
watch
markers.
Major markers, yeah.
Yeah, so we did one for each of the majors, and then I did a couple special ones, the Incognito one for my Gawsh spy. So that is what you have won. All right.
So yeah, Keith, if you're out there and you're listening, please contact me. We're at harry.nordwell@mygolfspy.com. And if you don't remember, I am on the website under the team portion.
Hopefully their info is on here too. So.
Okay.
All right, so what's up next? This one?
We have the Adele.
All right. All right, next up is the Adele putter, the E4. All right.
Now this is an interesting one, right?
This is.
It doesn't-
So winged mallet, winged mid mallet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Different groove pattern in the face. They go with the round grip. He's got a philosophy on the round grip. 100% milled. Torque balance is a little bit different than most putters. Adele is, for those that don't know out there, is a craftsman of all kinds of things, putters included. So, all right, you want me to pull a number?
Yeah, put a number.
We got 14. Yeah, 14.
That was a low one too.
All right, 14 for the Adele is Sean Balduck. Bolduc. Sean Balduck. All right, we'll answer a couple questions.
Yep.
Do you have any comments about these stand-up putters for alignment? Look, at the end of the day, if it helps you get the ball in the hole quicker, use whatever you got to use.
Yeah, exactly.
Minus some steroids or some illegal, substance or something like that.
Get some CBD.
But yeah, if it helps you, I think it's interesting. The Bloodline putter, I love the Bloodline putter. Cool philosophy.
Yeah.
The grip, the shaft though had a couple issues.
It threw me off a little bit.
If you squeeze a little too tight here, it crunch. But
Yeah. Do
Um,
not lean on it.
do not
Do
lean on
not
it.
lean. What other questions do we have?
Let's see.
A lot.
A lot? Read one off, man. What do you think? Wonder what the chances of former donor winning. Or someone that just. I don't know why. So, Mad Dad, wonder what chances of a forum donor winning versus someone that just stepped in and donated. The chances are equal. So, basically, everyone that donated in 2019 is given a number, random, and that's how they're selected.
Yeah.
So, no matter how much they donated or where it came from.
Does not matter.
Moving to a bigger facility, great question. Yes, that is the plan. Sooner than later, we built this. I built this facility 4 years ago, I think. About
Before
that.
I came on, yeah.
Yeah, so 4 years ago, and thought we would outgrow it sooner than later, but I didn't think it'd be 4 years.
Didn't think it was going to be this quick.
Yeah, so we have some other plans too that we would like to test some other things. So yeah, we are definitely looking for a new facility, and it depends. We've talked to some golf courses about putting a facility on those. Talked to First Tee, which would have been a great fit if that ever comes to fruition. We might just build a bigger building like this. Don't know yet, but yeah, moving to a bigger facility is the plan. All right, let's see. I don't see a whole lot of questions. If you guys have some, feel free. How much is too much money for a 3-wood?
Subjected to the person.
Lakota golfer, that is all relative. $500 to you means different than $500 to me for one, and it depends. $500 for a product that sucks is not as good as $500 for a product that gets the ball in the hole quicker. So
exactly, if it's gonna benefit your game, and you think you're gonna use it for a long, long time, that might be an option.
how much do you play golf? How much did it improve on your
So
game,
much.
and how much money are you willing to spend? That's all up to you. All right, let's go for another one.
All right.
Next up is what? The Callaway Forge?
Callaway Forge driving iron.
Oh yeah. So, Callaway dominating golf for the last few years. Interesting, Harry Arnett left. A couple other people are leaving Callaway, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them, because I think Harry might be the most integral part. I mean, on the timeline, there was prior to Harry Arnett and after Harry Arnett, and I can tell you one thing, that's where it started. So
Yeah.
that's what we know. But anyway, we've got a Callaway X-Forge utility iron, and what we got for a number?
172.
172 is Brian Apel, A-P-E-L, Brian Appel. Congrats on winning a new utility iron, Brian, and thank you for support my gospel. Launch monitor date out tomorrow. No, personal launch monitor test will be released Friday.
Colin asks thoughts on rusted wedges.
All right, this is a big one. So,
Well,
people think that the more rust on the wedges, the better. But you generate more spin.
no,
The ruster it get.
no,
basically you're adding variables. It's unpredictability.
yeah, we did see that. So that is one. For one, I can't stand to look at a rusty wedge, but I didn't buy something that I wanted to look like that. But that's personal preference, right? But secondarily, we did see some of that, a little bit of variability. But we'll do a test and find out definitively so you guys can know. But plenty of other people have been working on that, and no, it's not gonna do what you think. Thanks for everything. It was for when you stated your big larger. I thought that pool would be smaller. Yeah, so obviously the live donor pool is smaller, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go with another.
We've got a Titleist U510 driving iron.
Ooh.
So these are new for this year, and it is kind of a bit of a beast.
What'd you think of this one, Harry?
Personally, I didn't like it.
I remember that.
I did not like it. It felt clunky to me.
Feels really clunky.
Clunky, and I mean, there's two versions. There's the bigger head version and a little bit smaller head.
So here's the other interesting thing we find in my golf spy testing. He hated it. I hated it. Which wasn't it most accurate?
That was a long time. I can't remember. I can't remember that far back
I think
now.
it was. I think it ended up being the most accurate. So,
It does. Yeah.
perceptions aren't always reality,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But this is what we'll be giving away.
Yeah, let's do
Pull a number.
92.
92. George Wright. W-I-G-H-T. George Wright, you are the winner of the Titleist U510. Congratulations. That thing is sparkling too.
It is.
All right, next up, what do we got? We got a Wilson D7 driver. I think that's on your side.
That is.
I'll pick a number. All right.
The Wilson D7.
Wilson D7. Oh, I don't think that was this year. That was last year, right? Driver versus driver 2? How long ago was that? I don't even remember. When did we do that?
I want to say it was last. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. It was.
Wilson
time
is
ago.
definitely moving the needle a lot more than they were before. And driver did pretty well in our testing. Not too bad.
Did okay.
217. 217. So 217 is
Here we got
Nick Church.
Nick Church.
Nick Church. All right. So let's see what else we got here. All right. What we got next, Harry? And exotics. I think that's on you.
Yep, Exotics
EXS 3 wood.
This is a good 3-wood too.
Yes.
I like this one.
Exotics is known for making great drivers, great fairway woods. They've always done really well in our testing.
Yep.
And pricing wise, Exotics used to be, more of an exotic cost, but they are a best value winner now. They've moved their pricing down into that area, that sweet spot where all these other companies went higher, that left this area for Tour Edge to play in, and they grabbed it up.
They've dominated that area for sure.
Yeah, they've done well. So, can we pull a number?
Yep.
All right, we got 6. So 6 is Thomas Herring, Herring.
Congrats, Thomas.
Yeah. All right, let's do some questions here. Someone looking for. What are you looking forward to playing next year, Harry? Any equipment you're looking forward to trying? You like that Cobra, didn't you? The driver, F9.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the new one out is going to be like. I don't know. I don't know until I test. Because I might love something on the internet, and then the press releases that we get, and then bring them in here, and I don't like them at all. So, and plus, if it doesn't work best for me, I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
So.
Great question, Christopher. What was the last golf product release that got you excited? What do you think, Harry? Anything come to mind? You focus a lot more on soft goods. What excites you in either one?
The shoes. I like the Adidas, I think it's Parlay shoe, where it was all recycled materials. I love that because obviously it's going to help the environment. And I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, they're going to submit for testing one of those shoes this year, and we can see how waterproof it actually is. Because they claim that it's very, very waterproof. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Any hard good things that come through the door that you're excited about?
PXGs this year, I was really excited about.
I remember that.
I was like,
You're jacked.
PXG, because it's like no one really gets to hit them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a country club kind of person, because they're not in Dick's, they're not in those big brands.
You don't see many in the wild, like at your local Muni.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, guys at Deer Run aren't popping out PXGs,
Exactly. So I was just excited to get my hands on them and see what all the hype is about. And
Yeah.
some lived up to our expectation, and some fell a little bit short. But I mean, that's golf at the end of the day. That's equipment.
I don't get that excited anymore about equipment.
But you've been in the industry for a long time, so
Yeah. I don't remember the last thing that got me like super jacked, but what I get really excited about, which I wish we can one of these days do more of, is just the lab stuff. Like I have a whiteboard in my office that's just full of lab test ideas. That's what really gets me intrigued, like the flag stick thing. Like when those things hit me, man, it's like, let's do them, And there are so many of those that have myth and folklore around them that golfers think one thing, and we've done some testing in here and found that they don't really do it.
Right.
So that's what I get excited about most.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's go up to the next one. What we got? Another exotics, but a CBX.
CBX.
All right, so this is the exotic CBX, and let's see what we got. Any My Golf by apparel on this giveaway? We did some 99 made, but I don't think we have any apparel.
Not a power this year, no. 127.
127 for the exotics is Dennis. No, hold on a second. Yeah, Dennis Zanone, Zanone. Dennis, you have just won a new exotics. And let's see. We'll take a couple questions. Yes, James, you go board your plane. Don't be late. Winners will be contacted. I appreciate it.
What
All right.
what question you got, Matt?
No, I'm at the pool.
Ah. For the live giveaway?
Yeah.
All right, so good question. Some manufacturers donate equipment for most wanted testing and others don't. What are some factors that go into the decision-making process for equipment that My Golf Spy decides to purchase for testing? It's very simple. It's cut and dry. If you decide to not participate in testing and you are a leader in that particular category, we go buy it. So, like I said, Callaway for years did not participate in our testing. And you know, Callaway's obviously a leader in the driver category.
Mhm.
You got to go find those drivers. The problem is that that's tough to do in December when those drivers haven't come out yet, but you got to find ways to do it.
Yeah.
Then there are other companies, like I said. So it's not just the leaders, but we also take a look at, all right, who are some up and comers, right? So who are some brands that are making a name for themselves that we think we have to go out and get?
Yeah. Should be included.
Sub 70s. What is the New Level?
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of the putter brands.
A couple of Japanese brands as well that I know it's getting a little bit bigger in America, so like Honma.
Yes, so Honma will be in this year. We're going to try to get some other Japanese brands in this year as well. PRGR and a couple other ones we're going to try. So it comes down to a couple things. Are you a leader? Are you an up-and-comer? Or are you an interesting one that might not even be an up-and-comer yet, but we see it as a potential game changer for you, the consumer, meaning there's this direct-to-consumer market for balls. We wanted to be the first to test that for everybody, which we did, but then now you're seeing it translate over to clubs like sub 70, and you know, they weren't moving the needle, but
Right.
we thought they needed to be included because a $500 set of irons and a $140 driver needs to be looked at.
It has to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
All right, let's do a live one.
Okay, you want me to pick it?
Matt's. I'm gonna go over there and see Matt.
Okay,
Here's the.
go see
Club?
Matt. So what do we got? We got the Wilson D7.
All right, Matt. Let's do a random one. So.
I don't know how you pronounce that, but
Christopher
Lafreniere.
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 I don't know.
Has to be French.
French.
Has to be French. Thank you very much for your donation. So if you're listening right now, please contact me at harry.nodwell@mygolfspy.com, and that club will be on the way to you.
What golfer do you think the Callaway Super Hybrid is best for? It's a good question, Colin. We haven't put it to a full test yet, obviously, but what I can say is what they're touting it as is a hybrid that's as powerful as a fairway wood, right? And we all know that the longer the club gets, the more unwheeling it can get. And I know personally for myself, if I'm standing over a 3-wood and I'm on a tight par 5 with OB on the left and OB on the right, that I might not feel that confident about swinging that club, right? So being in a little bit more in a hybrid that has the pop of a fairway wood, I think can be appealing to a lot of golfers out there, at least in theory.
Yeah.
All right, Harry, tell us somebody what's one of the most interesting things about your job at My Golf Spy that maybe you didn't know before you started working at My Golf Spy?
Well, first I didn't think it was this. The industry is a very different world. For an example, when I'm playing golf as a junior, you see with the clubs in the pro shop, and you go pick one that you think is the one you like. But the scary thing is if you don't know, the numbers for me are the big thing, and I didn't know anything about the numbers. So changing my angle of attack by 3 degrees from going from 1 degree down to 2.5, 3 degrees up on a driver adds about 15-20 yards, if not more, on my driver distance. And then factor that in with the shaft and the loft, and you add a huge difference. I didn't know that was even a thing because I wasn't taught that.
Did you think that one club made that big of a difference from one golfer to
No.
another? You just thought the top name brands were the leaders, right?
Yeah, and for reasons that most people do, that you see them on TV, they have to be the best. And I remember Titleist as a young kid. Titleist, I bought everything Titleist if I could.
They love to hear that.
Yeah, I did as a kid. I bought it. I played. If I found a Pro V in the bushes, I would save that for a tournament play because.
Yeah.
I mean that's one of the things. But then I came over here and realized very quickly that that is not the case for my personal golf game.
I think it's been interesting, you know, like training you early on soft good protocols, right? And how detailed we needed to be on how we broke down the performance of even a shoe. And watching your eyes kind of light up like, wow, like you would...
We would never think about that.
Well, you would never think of it, but it was interesting to see you experience it, right? So like, I would tell you kind of two shoes that were opposed to each other and how they performed in a particular section, and have you experience it, right? And you're like, wow, I never thought that.
Yeah.
Like even down to shoes, there are some really bad golf shoes that you think would be really good, and there are some really good golf shoes that you've never heard of. And that's for every category we test. Bags, maybe not ball retrievers, but rangefinders,
just everything you can think of. And the cool thing about my job is I'm probably the only one in the world that's doing this when it comes to as many categories as I test head to head when it comes to soft goods.
Yeah, there's not many people in the world like when we go to hire somebody, right, that has on their resume golf club database protocol tester.
Right, exactly. And I get to see the similarities and differences between different manufacturers, and I get to see trends that happen, and we can see a trend that's happening in a certain category. For instance, the rangefinder category, we saw a trend going towards a GPS and a laser in one unit, and I want to say that next year we might see a little bit more, because that's what we saw this year, and we might see it again next year.
Yeah, I go back to what we get most excited about. I like seeing those things, the advancements that could potentially help consumers, right? Like the potential of a $500 launch monitor. At that point, that's potentially like when the computer first went from unattainable for everybody to one being not only in every house, like in the living room,
right,
but now every kid's got a laptop in their room, right? And once that data becomes that available to people, when it becomes that efficient, people's gains can change, because there's a fact. Just like you went from hitting the ball 280 to 320, and that was nothing more than just seeing your data.
Just seeing and understanding my data, which was a big thing.
Yep. How far, Fried Eggs Golf, Randy/Ace, how far out are we from having affordable and accurate simulators in our homes? Well, it depends on what you define as affordable, right? Because SkyTrack is the most accurate and affordable for in the home right now, and that's at $2,000.
$2,000, but you can find second-hand ones, used ones for a little bit cheaper than that.
The problem is this: like at that $500 cost and that size, the amount that the device is seeing of the ball and the flight is always going to have a limitation to it. So either that's going to have to advance, or the pricing is going to have to come down for the components that go into, let's say, a SkyTrack. But even then, like the SkyTrack outside has difficulties because of the cameras, right?
Yeah.
The cameras in the Foresight GC Quad are so high end that they cost so much money. That's where the money is coming in, right? Where with the SkyTrack, they'll cut a few corners to give you a $2,000 unit. It's damn good indoors, but it's going to be a while, Randy, in my opinion.
I mean, there's
3 to 5 years, I would say minimum.
I think every person launch monitor has its downfalls, purely because, for instance, the Mevo, for the best accurate data, you have to sticker up that ball.
There's a pain in the there's a pain point for every one of them, right?
Yeah, there is, and I think it's going to be a couple of years before a company figures out this is how you can take that and squish it into a little one.
Now, that being said, there are cool features that I think these companies have thrown at their product, because they're going, hey, we might not be the most accurate over here, but we're going to throw you some other stuff, that you might think is cool, like video in your swing. Some people have never seen their swing videoed. This might be the first time you are able to do that, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, 3 to 5 years minimum, Ace. What we got next? Oh boy, PXG 3-wood.
Yeah.
Wait a sec, we got 2 of those listed. Oh, that's over here.
Yep, we got the hybrid.
Oh boy.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to let this one go.
Is that your baby?
No, it's PXG.
Come on now. Don't be bragging.
Oh, by the way, these are limited edition head covers too.
Ooh, that's right. I don't think you can get those, can you?
I have not seen them anywhere.
The white ones.
Yeah, I don't even see them on the website.
Interesting. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll pick a number
Pick a number.
for the person that's going to win the PXG 3 wood. We come up with 20. Getting a lot of no numbers.
Yeah, we
here.
are.
20 for the PXG 3 wood is Ian. Oh, yep, Ian Peterson. Ian Peterson. You are the winner.
Ian Peterson, right? Cool.
Yeah.
I got the list here too.
Congrats, Ian. All right. Good question, Aaron Holland. If I bought the most wanted iron in 2016, is it outdated and inferior now? Here's how I base a very general response to that, right? 1 year of tech, or 1 year like 18 to 19, no real change, right?
Yeah.
So 1 year, you're really not going to see that much evolutionary gains, maybe, a yard from year to year that we see. 3 years, you're getting into the, you could potentially see something. 5 years, more likely, and 10 years, you probably need new gear, right? If you're going to want something that gives you the ability to maximize your potential on the course. Now, that being
Right.
said, you can have 10-year-old gear that was custom fit for you, dialed in, versus a brand new club that is wrongly fit for you, and they
Yeah.
be pretty equal to each other, right?
That's tough.
Let's see.
What have we got here?
Let's see. How about outside the 2K range? If you're talking, Adam, above the 2K range for, you're looking at Flight Scope, TrackMan, and Foresight. Below that, you're looking at the ones we will be releasing on Friday. You're looking at Mevo, Rapsodo, Voice Caddy. Any clubs you're excited about testing this year, Harry?
Getting the driver from Cobra.
You're excited about that one?
I am, yeah.
You gonna get the mullet?
Just like this picture. I don't even know what it looks like because I
The
haven't
mullet?
seen it. No, I know what the mullet looks. The mullet
the
looks
driver.
like, but the driver. I haven't really seen that many press releases because I'm predominantly on soft goods. I don't see the press releases.
Not much out yet. They're keeping it kind of quiet
So
right
it
now.
could be a PGA show reveal. You think?
Tony predicted that the TaylorMade will be the #1 selling driver in 2020.
Mhm.
I don't know what the #1 performing driver. Cobra has always done well in our tests, and I think they always push the envelope.
Yeah.
I think they're one of the leaders in technology, and their driver was the runner-up in 2019. And from
Mhm.
what we heard, Tony said it's going to be better.
Better. I don't think he knows another word.
So if it's that much better, or even slightly better, it's got a chance to win for sure.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
does.
What we got?
We got another PXG,
Whoop, whoop.
and I actually gamed this. It's a very good hybrid.
So we got the 0317X. Another crowd favorite in here, huh? And another limited edition head cover, as far as we
Yeah.
know.
Let's get a ball out, shall we? 341.
341.
340. That's a deep one.
Harry Nodwell.
Love it.
Matthew Kinney. Matthew Kinney, you just won a PXG hybrid with a, I think, limited edition head cover.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
It's another one that makes it personalized, I guess.
Of the DTC guys, direct-to-consumer guys, which is your recommendation? From Chris Gordon. Good question. I'm assuming you're referring to balls, so I'll go down my list of ones that I remember. Snell did well in our testing. It was the longest in the test. Inassist, Tour 900 did really well. And then MaxFly Tour isn't a direct-to-consumer, but it's a ball that is really affordable,
Yeah.
that performed really well. Any others that come to mind? I think those were the three.
They're pretty much a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vice did okay.
They did okay, yeah.
Cut. No dice.
The name resembles
Bad name for a golf
the
ball
performance.
All right, let's see. Here, you see if you can find any others, and I'll find
Any
the
questions?
next one. So we got the MLA blade is next. So up next is an MLA blade putter with the weight kit and a P2 grip. And like we told you before, if you're coming in late, MLA has a optical technology that was developed by an optical scientist that helps kind of focus your attention on narrowing the view of the hole, which, you know, for the mallet, we found 3 years that it did really well and actually worked. So anyhow, we'll pick a number for the MLA blade. See, we're getting down to the
One of, I'll say this in a minute.
97. 97 is James C. Stang. Stang. Congratulations.
That's awesome. One of the guys goes, my boss came over, what do I miss? Simon Locke, you said that.
So we'll take a little short breather here, and what have we been going for?
We're pretty close.
Hour and a half.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're pretty close to the end as well.
Yeah, we've got only a couple left. So anybody have any questions about my Gawsh Spy, what we do on a daily basis, testing, anything that you can think of, industry things, industry stories, products that you have questions about?
Here's a good one. When is Costco coming out with a Kirkland putter and wedge?
As far as I know, it's going to be happening soon. So for the holiday season is what I was told from an insider of Costco. I haven't heard anything that makes me think that has changed. So I would expect the wedges that are supposed to be Vokey-esque and the putter, which is supposed to be Scotty-esque, to be out for the holiday season. Oh yeah, Encore. They did good in our golf ball test too, and one of the few companies out there that's kind of doing some cool things in the golf ball space.
We can't talk about it. Can we talk about potentially what Encore have in store?
For Buffalo? The facility outside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Talking about like the Top Golf thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was out. We published it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That looks so cool though.
Oh, dude.
If they can pull that off, which I'm sure they will. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're going to Buffalo.
Oh, we're going up north.
We going to Buffalo.
We going to Buffalo. I'm gonna get some wings. Yeah, dude. That if anyone's not seen it, check the article out. It was unreal. It looks so cool.
All right. Will they have a buy a wedge, get 148 rolls of toilet paper deal? Maybe. Guarantee you can get that 5 gallons of mayonnaise for cheap. Have you tested the SGI PXG? Didn't we test the SGI?
The Super Game
Or
Improvement.
it was in the game improvement category for us? We have to go back and look, but we definitely tested.
I think we
it.
have the SGI ones. It was big.
What's that? Oh,
It
it's
was big.
big and long.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Hi, how you doing, Encore Golf? See you on here. What's the worst thing a manufacturer said to you about your testing method? Oh, woo, that is a barn burner there.
We have a list. I remember my first test that I did and published. As soon as they hit publish, I had someone on the phone
Yelling at you.
yelling at me. That was a fun first day experience, or first test experience.
I would say one of the most interesting one was the golf ball test. So, look, we didn't go out there and just randomly do a golf ball test. We talked to golf ball experts on how to do this test properly, and we did the test properly. And if we did it next year, we would do it the same way and maybe, hit a few more shots, and that's about the only, and add a few more balls. But we actually went over what the experts told us to hit for shots. So, after that got released, obviously the Chrome Soft did not do well. And as far as I know, there was a press release sent out on Friday. It's always a great tactic that companies use to throw out a press release to throw shade at somebody on a Friday, so right before you go home, so you can't really defend yourself.
Yeah.
But Callaway threw out a shit show of a press release by, from what I heard, Harry Arnett wrote it, and tried to throw us under the bus, and then come to find out,
But he didn't deny that the testing was invalid.
it was a poorly executed press release. And Harry's no longer at Callaway, but their replacement came down here to apologize for it, which we appreciate because it was definitely not how I would have done it, but you know.
What
All
else
right.
we got?
All right, so let's see.
Encore Golf. I'm getting on a plane to Buffalo right now.
Encore Golf. Why don't you, my golf spy, why don't you give Encore more love? The Elixir performed really well across the board. You might have missed it, but I just said that we forgot that Encore did really well in our test, and
Yeah.
you guys are doing more in regards to moving the needle on some technological things than a lot of the other golf ball companies. So,
Yeah, they're
sorry if
they're
you missed that.
definitely moving the needle.
And I don't know who is responding for Encore Golf, but we've given you tons of love. So,
Here's
just
what
wrote
it
an
is.
article about Encore Buffalo. Where are you guys located? We are located in Yorktown, Virginia, which is near Williamsburg / Virginia Beach area. So right on the coast. All right,
All right.
what do we got?
You want to do a live?
Sure.
All right, we doing a live. And this is going to be the. Yeah, that's the one. Tommy Armour. All right, Matt.
Tommy Armour Atomic. We're going. Harry's over here trying to find the winner. He's going to sort through the live donors right now.
Yeah. That's what I landed on.
The product. That's the name. The product.
We'll have to get their actual info.
Yeah, so whoever is the product.
So whoever's name out there on YouTube is the product, you are the winner of this hybrid, the Tommy Armour Atomic. Congratulations.
Yeah. Great name.
What does that name mean? Can you tell us the product?
The product? Yeah, I have no clue.
All right, so let's see.
So we have two more gifts to give away. One is another MGS marker plus bag tag.
This one?
Yep.
All right. Should I take it out of here and just...
Yeah, we can repackage it.
Spare bags.
It's in there pretty tight.
All right, so basically what this one is everybody got a bag tag for these. So these strap on here, you put on your bag. And this is the incognito marker, and if you can see from here, I don't know if you can or not, but based on how you hold it, there's a My Golf Spy logo hidden in behind it for all those that know about incognito mode. You know what I mean?
That was fun. Let's draw a ball out for them.
What you got? What number?
101.
101.
101.
So let me pull up 101.
Yes, sir.
101 is, I don't, live streaming or you,
Yeah. No.
where is it?
101.
Oh, John 101, John Sinewave. John Sinewave.
John Steinway.
I recognize that name. Get quite a few emails from John Sinewave.
That was the incog.
All right, compared to 5 years ago, are fewer manufacturers refusing to send you products for testing? I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're not doing our job right if a couple companies probably don't hate us a little bit. But yes, the only major companies that didn't participate last year were Callaway and TaylorMade, I think. I think that's it.
Yep.
And I think Callaway will be participating as far as I know this year. And TaylorMade, we don't know yet, but you know, we'll find out. Let's see. Let's see. Are you worried about increasing equipment prices being a barrier to entry for golf? Cost is a major factor for any kid breaking into any new sport, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot cheaper for me to, you know, go play soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Than it is to pick up golf. What I'm more concerned about is just golf being more inclusive, right? So it's like, I know plenty of people that are that don't feel welcome when they go to a country club. I hear that quite often. I didn't, as a kid, feel welcome at a country club. So, that's going to kill the game just as much or more than cost. And it's got to be something fun right now. And if you go to a soccer field, you have fun, right? You go to a football field, play with your buddies, you have fun. You go to a golf course and somebody tries to control your fun by how fast you're playing and how much, how good you're hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Man, that's a turnoff for anybody that's starting out.
And for instance, you don't have to buy a brand new set of clubs that just come on the market.
No.
You can get a very good set that has performed well in our testing 2 years.
Honestly,
previous
for people that are just starting
good
out, I
price.
wouldn't even look at what performed well in our testing.
Just get into golf, and once you're more serious about it, then you can invest a little bit more money.
Go get a couple irons and a putter and just get to the point where like I've always said, the three things, in my opinion, that grow golf the fastest and make a golfer permanently are hitting the sweet spot, getting a par, and getting a birdie. And the faster those three things happen together, the quicker you have a permanent golfer, And that can happen on a course, off a course, it can happen anywhere. I had a program where I taught middle school and elementary kids golf, and they didn't care that wasn't on a golf course. We just went out and had fun hitting balls, and playing games. So, got to be made fun first, and that's what I'm more concerned about.
All right, we've got the last one. Is the Strixon driving iron U85.
All right.
And this is a live one for you guys. So we've got the last one. Who we got?
Want to do the honors? What we do? That's what we need next time, is a big wheel we could just...
You want a wheel, Matt?
Yes.
We need to introduce Matt onto the video. Matt Dewar, our video expert
I'll come say hi.
and podcast expert. Matt Dewar. This is the man behind the plan right here.
Hello, Internet.
And he does a great job with our No Putts Given podcast and has to deal with all the idiot things we do behind the camera to edit them out. Sometimes he misses a couple and posts them on.
I'm not without my flaws. But...
like, Matt, oh my God, take that out. Anyway, how does my golf spy rate the feel of a golf ball? Feel to us doesn't really matter. Feel is one of those subjective things too. We can tell you based on this, that, and the other, the hardness scale of a ball. But feel-wise, somebody might say, this feels soft, this feels hard. We care about how it performs. So.
All right, Sean Gates, you are the winner.
Simon Locke said, Matt, you the real MVP. That's probably a fact.
Thanks, Simon.
Yeah.
So who won?
Sean Gates.
Sean Gates, Gates.
Yep.
Thank you, Sean, for watching today, for supporting my golf spy.
That's my gamer.
That's Harry's
I
gamer.
love this gamer. Hit that knuckleball and stinger. Everyone loves a stinger.
So is that it? We done?
That's everything, yeah.
All right, so that is the live raffle. We'll stay on for a few more minutes if you guys want to ask questions, and we'll go over a few other things. Like we said, Friday we've got the personal launch monitor guide that's coming out. That is something that is really interesting to some. What's that?
My hat. It's a random hat. We get a lot of hats here.
Yep, scarf?
Random ones on. I wouldn't look too into it. I don't play the
anything else that you can think of you want to talk about? There's not much left, so most wanted season's over.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to 2020 season and what manufacturers have for the consumer and what can push the needle.
Yeah, and lastly, we want to say thank you to everybody out there that does support My Golf Spy. This year, we've grown again. We've grown every year. This is our 10th year in business. We've grown every single year, and this year we're going to top 9 million readers, which is pretty remarkable when you think about it. And those are uniques for anybody out there that asks. That means 9 million individual golfers are going to visit My Golf Spy this year, and I think that's a testament to being something a little bit unique and different in the golf industry. We are not controlled by the golf companies, and we do 100% put the consumer first. And that's our job, right? And that's going to stay our job, and we're going to put up the fight for them. And when things like the Callaway Chrome Soft come out, we're going to be the first to tell you. So
yeah, and get on a No Putts Given podcast. It's so much fun. I enjoy it.
No Putts Given?
I love it. It's so much fun. We get to talk what's going on in the industry and tell a few truths here and there, you know?
Yeah, for sure. We'll go down some machine gun fashion questions. Is Harry going to use a My Golf Spy golf bag on tour? We sure hope so. I mean, he might be bigger than us now, though.
Oh no, I'm getting a staff bag. I love that bag.
The staff bag?
Yeah, the MGS staff bag.
Who's going to carry it for you? You got a caddy?
I'm gonna get a caddy.
You are? Dang, son. You want me to
I'll put it on a trolley.
Can I caddy for you?
You can caddy for me.
Sweet. All right, what else we got? Mouse isn't moving. Let's see. You guys doing any sort of Xmas guide? I hate Christmas guides. I mean, so many people reach out to us to try to push a product on us for Xmas guide. At the end of the day, if we're going to do an Xmas guide, most of them ours are based on what did well in our testing and some things behind the scenes. But we have something for that next year that's planned. It revolves around the number 59 that I think will be pretty cool. Biggest pet peeve on the golf course, Harry?
Music. I love music.
I was about to
sarcasm.
say.
I was waiting for you to try and catch on that sarcasm. Pet peeve. I don't really have one. It's probably if someone they're trying to get into your head, so they'll start talking or rattle stuff constantly in a match play competition.
You don't like people getting in your head.
No, I don't mind it. I just it's fun. But when someone says, "Oh, that putt breaks left to right," or "That one breaks left," it's like not etiquette, but
You know what you said helped with that? CBD.
oh yeah, it did.
Pretty remarkable.
And it's fun because I get to mess with them too. I'm like, "Oh, that water's so in play today," and they don't get. Then they plunk it in the water. It's a fun one. But what about you? Do you have a pet peeve
On the golf course?
when you do get to play once a year?
Probably people, like if we're just out for a fun round like we usually are,
Mm-hmm.
people throwing clubs and
Oh yeah, that is true. Scratch my one. Throwing clubs is a pet peeve.
yeah, like I'm out there to have a good time, and I want to play well as much as anybody out there, and shoot a low score. But I mean, I don't
Another
know.
day I'm not working. It's you go out there to have fun. You don't need to get in a.
To me, it's
throw your
like the
toys
auto
at your
mechanics
pram.
disease, though. So you talk golf all day and then you play golf. Like the guy that works on cars all day, his car is generally the biggest piece of crap.
Maybe.
That's where my
Yeah.
putting's at.
Yeah.
Don't ever trust a guy on the putting green if he brings 4 putters. He ain't gonna be good. That's me.
Yeah, that is you.
Got 42 putters out there last time we played. Picked the wrong one. You told me to. All right, guys and girls, if there were any of them out there, I think that's it. I don't think we see many more questions. So once again, thank you to everybody out there that helped support My Golf Spy. I don't think you understand how much impact that has on our ability to do our job, not only now but in the future, because we are not supported by the millions of dollars that support the other media outlets in this golf industry. And to get where we've gotten, there's been a lot of fighting to be able to maintain our independence and our integrity, and we are never going to change that. You might hear some things out there and people might say some things, but I'm a no bullshit guy. That's never going to change. I'm sure Harry can probably agree.
I can detriment that.
So
Yes.
That's going to be the way we are and who we're going to be, and we're going to fight for you to the end until My Golf Spy isn't around any longer. So once again, appreciate all the support, and until next time, we'll see you on No Putts Given, maybe. Check us out.